Hello, everybody. It's the Arty 84 show live here on this fine last day of March, 31st of the 22 year Lord.
I'm fucking itchy.
As always, Adam DeMello to the left of me.
My chest is. Oh, I know why.
Did you
I
just
wore this
shave?
shirt when I got my hair cut.
Ah, that's why. Yeah, I have to. I have
fuck.
to immediately take a shower after I get a haircut.
Oh fuck! No, this shirt is like.
It's all itchy, right? You get hairs in there, and you get dry skin because it's been very dry out lately.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I'm to change shirts.
You can do live on the air, see some nipple. So you get. There he goes. It'd be funny if you have green painted on your chest and you just went invisible. This is a first. A topless man on the show.
Ah, I'm fucking itchy as fuck.
We have had topless girls in the show in the past. Actually, I think the last one was Brianna.
Yup. It had to happen. It was really bad.
Was that the same shirt you had on?
No.
Oh, what, you just
I had on a black shirt.
you just
I put it on my
conveniently
dress.
had a Jurassic Park shirt sitting there next to you?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, well, okay. Yes, you did.
Because I wore it the other day, and sometimes I just, I live alone, so I just fling clothes all over the place.
Oh, I do that, and I'm married.
Yeah. So.
I do it with the anticipation that Sue will gather it and do the laundry for me. Sometimes it works out that way, sometimes it doesn't. So it's a real shot in the dark. But we have a guest tonight. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on because I was away in Florida for 2 weeks. And the guest we had the last episode, 213, we'll have her tonight in 214. So she's coming back.
I thought you almost said 2013 for a second.
Yeah. She loved us that much. So she'll be joining us tonight. And we'll probably pick up where we left off. She was a very entertaining young lady.
Teacher, too, right?
Teacher, yes, that's right.
Teacher.
Let's look at you remembering details. There you go. That's important.
I'm good with that, yeah.
I just downloaded, I had it, MLB TV. I usually subscribe to it every year so I can watch all the games because I really enjoy a 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday Pittsburgh Pirates versus Washington Nationals game.
Doesn't FS1 have a lot of that shit?
Yeah, but this gives me the accessibility of every game except for a Red Sox game, right? Because it doesn't let you do it in your own zone. Yeah. But if I get a virtual VPN, I could throw my location somewhere else and pick up a Red Sox game. But it kind of seems unnecessary to do that when if the only time I'm going to be watching a Red Sox game, I'm not going to be in an area where they have the Red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of. I used to do it in school back in the day when this first came out, like in 2008. I used to be able to throw my IP address so I could watch Sox games while I was in like lab. But now it's like you could just fucking stream shit, so it's like different. But I'm currently watching right now. We got the Nationals and Mets preseason, So I was
You do that for Netflix. You get stuff that's only available on UK.
Right. Yeah, like Netflix and like all those still streaming devices. But I do get a little gripe with this app. I mean, I like the interface. I don't know if you can see it. Like this is like on the iPad. It has like the ability to have all statistics next to you, and it has all the scores. But you could shut that all off if you want to, and just have the game on it, which is cool. But the thing that the app doesn't have that the website has is you can't. The website allows you to watch 4 games at once. You can like do a cube off and like watch 4 different games. The app and the Fire Stick app and the Apple TV app do not allow you to do this. It's very, very frustrating, and I don't understand why.
Well, how many can you watch on it?
1 at a time. I want to be able to have 4. See, like the idea is I want to be able to go on my deck and have like one TV have 4 games on, and the other TV have 4 games on, and then watch the Red Sox on the main one, so I can get 9 different games at once. That's the idea.
I know you love that. That's like I said. That's really cool if that's your thing. That's a lot of people's thing, and
Yeah.
I like it. I like stuff like that too. But I try not to partake in things like that because I feel like for long term, it's not good for your brain. I feel like it's horrible for your fucking brain. Because I'm starting to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You do, and I've realized like my reading abilities have I'll skim paragraphs now and just look for keywords instead of reading. And I'm starting to realize my span of detail when I read and look at things is shrinking. And I swear to God, it's because of shit like that.
Well, I've been doing, I never had a reading ability anyway, so I'm not really burning any extra ability that I had at one point. In fact, it gives me, here's the thing, this is the reason I like it, is because it gives me the opportunity to do something I would do if I was at a bar without actually being able to go to a bar these days. So, And reality would be like I could just go to a bar, go to like Buffalo Wild Wings, and have the 9 games up there all at once, and kind of just pan around and catch a game that I like, and watch an inning or two, or someone goes up to plate, or watch something during commercial for the Red Sox and stuff. Just like kind of people do for football too. The same thing, they go to bar having, which I do out on the deck as well. And I'm very excited that the NFL their contract of DirecTV expires after this season, so the app is something that's very, very possible to be happening. I think that you'll be able to watch games out of market like you do with baseball. So if that's the case, that's very exciting because then you can do something like that. But other than that, I mean, I can't just go to bars anymore and just hang out. I don't have the freedom of the mallets where I could just on a whim on a Wednesday night just go. Hey, I'm just gonna go to Kowloon's.
Or I'm gonna walk down the street.
We are live on the show next Thursday. The following Thursday, though, you and I have to discuss if we want to move the show to a Wednesday because you and I will be going to the Bruins game that night.
Back to Wednesday. Okay.
No, just that for that one night.
Just that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do that.
So we can get a game in, and we can get the show in too as well. Unless I don't find it feasible yet to be able to bring the equipment into the TD Bank North Garden quite yet, but they may frown upon it.
My Bruins virginity. At 39 years old, you're taking my Bruins virginity.
That was the last one I seen too. I was 22 or 23 when I went to my first Bruins game. I'd gone to so many Sox games, like
Oh God!
I probably went to 100-something Sox games before I went to one Bruins game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was like I never knew anyone who liked the Bruins, or like if they did, they didn't have tickets. It wasn't like as easy to get tickets to like you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know how many. I've lost count of how many Red Sox games. I have no idea. But like Celtics games, I've been to about 4 Celtics games.
Yeah.
2 of them I think with you.
Probably.
With you? Just one with
you. One? The one we got the really nice seats.
Yeah.
Nice upgrade.
Awesome. And then I've been at like maybe 10 Patriots games, maybe.
Me and you've been to. You and I have been to 2 together away games.
Yeah, my one of my exes was huge in the Patriots, and like I remember we used to go to games all the time. That was when Brady was like in his like 3rd year. It was amazing.
Yeah, we went to a Revolution game together. That was interesting. Yeah.
I would go back. I feel like I have to write that one off because there was no scoring. Like,
yeah.
It was boring as fuck. I feel like I'll give it one more.
I would go. It's an excuse to drink. It's a night out. Yeah. I would like to break my Massachusetts Pirates virginity this year. The indoor football league. I think we should all do you can get tickets for like $10, and you can take the commuter rail out from Boston for free on the weekends. I think we should just all get together on a Saturday we have off and go see a Pirates game because they're like at like 3:00 on a Saturday or something like that. It doesn't really kill your day too much,
Yeah, look at their schedule right now. I'm trying to see what
I think they start up like in April or something like that, or end of April.
Well, they just released their 2022 schedule already. Big deal.
Big deal.
Oh, wow, they start April 3rd?
Yeah, something like that. They think they play like 12 games or something like that.
Season ends end of mid-July.
Okay. So I watched a few arena football games online just to try to get an idea what it's like. It's a very interesting. Have you ever watched arena football before?
Yeah, I've watched it. I don't know what's going on. It looks like pretty much the same thing. I just don't know the rules.
So it's half court, right? Yeah. So you pretty much bring her in 1 second here. It's half court. So basically, what happens is like you have 50-yard line on, and you start from like basically the 50-yard line and go on, and then if there's an interception, it's a short field, and then the teams just switch off to go the distance. And there's like no out of bounds. They play in a hockey rink essentially.
Yeah.
So there's an out of bounds if the ball goes out of the hockey rink, but like you can't get like step out of bounds. You only can be tackled. I guess you say.
You can get hit really fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like I've seen. You mean you're in an arena? There's a wall there. You can still take a hit.
And they don't wear like it seems like they don't wear the same the equipment that the NFL players wear. It's kind of seem very like loose equipment, like almost like field hockey or like not field hockey, like I think of field hockey. No, lacrosse equipment. Like it's very light. It doesn't seem like it's that heavy.
Yeah.
But it'd be something interesting to see. Just
I'm curious if we have a lingerie football team. Actually, I'm looking at that now.
They used to. Remember they used to have that on Super Bowl Sunday, the lingerie bowl.
Those girls terrify the hell out of me. Like I don't care if they're just in lingerie. They like are in lingerie, but they fucking hit. They're in shoulder pads.
Right.
They will fucking kill you. Like
one of the most outrageous football games I've ever seen in my life was my sister's senior year. She played Powder Puff.
Oh yeah, maybe you're telling me.
Yeah, and Revere every year would play North Reading. That was their rival for Powder Puff. And I never seen, Revere, all Italian girls, very short and very angry.
Yeah,
And
very angry.
I don't think the North Reading girls knew what they were getting into. My sister got 4 touchdowns that game, and she was literally, it was flag football. She was plowing through people, like knocking them over, and I was like, she has lots of anger right now, just like boom, like plowing through. It was very impressive.
Well, she's short. I could see her having a lot of leg strength, though.
Yeah.
She seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
she would have calves like that could work.
She's
right?
built like a
so-
softball player,
yes.
but she
Yeah,
she
your
hates
sister-
softball.
wow.
It's like softball girls with that big thighs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crack an almond before a walnut. It's fucking almond. She's cracking almonds these days. But yeah, so
Guess you could if you wanted to.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, what the fuck? I guess we could talk about some topics on the page. We can bring Emily in right now. She's
Yeah, let's bring her in.
let's see if she has maybe the kids are running around. She has one kid, right?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
She's running around going crazy, or maybe she's
And it's
There
Emily
she is.
Paige.
Oh, look at that. Are you at school, Emily?
I know.
No, I'm at my house. No, last time I was in my parents' basement. Today I'm in my actual apartment.
You look like because you're a teacher, right? Adam.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So it looks like you're actually sitting at the desk at school, and like you just taught a class.
No, I'm sitting at a desk in my room, and I'm doing this on my phone, which I never usually do. So I feel like I seem like so much farther away, and my cat is literally trying to hijack the screen. So if he pops in, I apologize.
It will be funny.
And everything. It looks like you're doing taxes.
Yeah.
Yes. I figured while I was on with you guys, I would do my taxes. No, I actually found my old joke notebook, and I was like looking at it. I was like, oh, this stuff is not great.
Is it a little dated?
A little dated. I read one, and I was like, what was I even thinking about? So
I used to make the mistake when I first started writing jokes and not thinking out of the box. I always was thinking, oh, this would be a funny joke at the time, and it was very topical. A lot of jokes were and like you go back and you look at it like 5 years later, and it's like, yeah, no one would understand what I was talking about unless you had a really in-depth detail of what I was talking about. You have no fucking clue.
exactly. I know. It's so funny. I have a couple, most of my stuff is related to my life, so it's not as topical, but I do have some topical jokes that about the pandemic, and I'm like, oh, can I squeeze it out a couple more shows or I think it's over.
Hopefully. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Because pandemic
You know.
2.0.
Yeah, oh my gosh, don't even. I hope not.
I don't
South Park.
I don't think humans have the ability to do 2 pandemics. I think like a generation, like a decade, because the last one was 100 years ago, right? And
Yeah.
they squeezed probably everything out of that one. And then they're like, all right, and people are like, all right, we can't you're not gonna be able to pull this off again. So they put all their eggs in one basket to get this done, and then it would be very impressive if they were able to pull this off twice.
Oh my gosh. There was a guy, I read an article about a guy that was alive for both. He was a baby when the first pandemic hit, the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
And then he was 90 something or however old for this one. And he survived both of them.
Good for him. He's a
Well,
I know.
survivor.
Can you imagine being alive during the Spanish flu? I mean, there's no internet, so I would imagine it would be even more terrifying because you're not hearing any news. So people could just make shit up and circulate it. Oh, shit, Bob's nose
Wait.
fell off last week.
Hold on.
And you wouldn't know.
But Adam,
Lives,
you
across
forget
the-
they do that now.
It's
People
true,
do-
but it would take longer to circulate. So
True.
it's all this. It would be even crazier, weirder. I think.
Yeah, I mean, the mass hysteria. It's actually funny. My students today were learning about the Salem witch trials, and they're like, "How do people believe this?" I'm like, "Well, there was no internet. It was 1692, so
Yeah,
Right.
right.
believable."
Have you ever been up to Salem?
No, it's on my list. I actually told my students, I was like, if I don't go this fall, yell at me, because I've always wanted to go around Halloween.
Yeah, I used to go every year, in September, late September, early October, just to walk, because the whole city lights up. I mean, the population triples for people coming in and stuff like that. It's a very creepy city at night. Walking to the graveyards and shit. I mean, it's so
Well,
fucking...
I think the people who live there are a lot creepier.
Right.
Setting.
Yeah,
I think it's a certain level of creep to live in Salem.
yeah, for sure. So Salem was I don't know, it was 20 minutes north of me, probably a little 20 minutes west of Adam, east of Adam growing up. so it was like easy to go to. But they had a lot of bars downtown, and
Okay.
it was like going to like Boston with like half the dealing with Boston. So you go to like these cool little bars and stuff, and some interesting people.
It's like what, like an hour from Boston?
Not even.
Not even.
It's like 15 miles, but like it could take an hour. You know what I mean?
Now I'm even more upset with myself that I didn't go the times I've been up to Boston.
I would suggest if you come to Boston, you take the commuter rail up there. And it'll take you like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes on the commuter rail. And it takes you right to downtown Boston from downtown Salem. And then you don't have to worry about parking and shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Because once I park my car in a city, I'm like, it's going to stay there.
Right.
Just walk everywhere.
Interesting little fact about Salem, the town next to it, Danvers, used to be part of Salem. And they eventually split from Salem because part of them wanted to embrace the whole witchcraft thing and use it for tourism, and another half was like, we don't want any part of this. So they split it in half. So Danvers was part of Salem.
So that's like the boring people of Salem.
Right. That is your fun North Shore fact for today.
I learned so much when I talk to you guys. No wonder I want to come back.
We're very happy to have you. We were off. We were off for 2 weeks.
You were going to press charges.
Yeah.
No. No, maybe after this.
If we were in studio together and we had one of our old co-hosts, there might have been a sexual harassment, a Me Too movement might have been formed on this show, but he's not with us, so it's probably a good thing.
Now, you guys, if I remember correctly, you're not even in the same space, or are you?
No. I'm in a basement and Adam's at a Blockbuster.
Well, technically, every day we are in each other's space because we do work in the same office.
Right.
So we do see each other, but at this time of day, no, we aren't.
Well, we used
to. So if you couldn't do the podcast together in the same room because you'd kill each other, is what you're saying?
I don't know. We've never done it together while working together.
I've only done one podcast in a podcast room.
Yeah.
All of them have been on Zoom.
Well, before 2020, we used to do it together in my old apartment in Revere. We would every Monday or Wednesday we'd get together, and it was my living room. Pretty much it was a studio, so it was like lights hanging and mics and stuff like in the middle of the living room. But prior to that, we were at a studio in Cambridge that we did every week. That we paid a fee to use their equipment and stuff, and they had a producer that did everything for us and stuff, which was great. But the problem was have to get into Cambridge after work, and then once we're there, we just end up just drinking all night. And like sometimes it's like a Wednesday, you don't get home till like 2:00 in the morning on a fucking school night, and it's like,
I still can't believe we did that. Like thinking back, do you think you could ever go back to that now?
I don't know. It was like an excuse to go out, but like when it was wintertime, it was cold. Like the walk to the studio was cold, and like walk to the bar was cold. In the summertime, it was cool because it was nice out. You didn't mind walking outside and shit. But yeah, it's a rainy, shitty nights. Remember those? Oh God.
It was bad. Emily, you got to understand though, like each individual, they had like these individual rooms, and there's like different things going on in all of them. Some of them, I swear to God, they were filming smut films.
Right.
And some of them, like their band practices. It's this is like weird individual things going on in each room. It was really bizarre.
I mean, that's kind of interesting in itself.
Right.
It is.
If there was ever a fire, we're fucked.
Going on in every room.
Yeah. It was the creepiest building ever because there was like 3 ways to get to where we had to go, and there was like these weird hallways and shit. It couldn't have been up to fire code. It couldn't have been.
No way. That place was not a fire.
There was a window in the studio. We always figured if something happened, we'd just jump out. It's like it's one story up.
Break a leg.
Yeah.
No, I know. The studio I went to was pretty cool. It was like in like a strip mall almost.
Okay.
And it was like in this like office building attached. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But the guy that was the show that was running before us while we were waiting for the room, they had like a candidate who was running for mayor or senate or something. I was like, whoa. And then you're going to have me on.
Wow.
So I don't know. Yeah, it was cool.
We've done that before. We had a show I think maybe last summer that had we went from a girl running for office out in Washington State, and on the same exact show, hardcore porn star.
I mean, listen, I bet you they both got the same audience. No.
Yeah, you never know. It's just some interesting people out there. But the porn star was the interest. We got many porn stars over the summer of 2020, didn't we? We had like 5 or 6 on.
Well, I feel like so many people started during the pandemic doing like porn, like or like what was it called, OnlyFans and stuff like that.
Adam and
like,
I tried that. Didn't work.
What?
No one wants to be on my OnlyFans, and I'm offering free memberships.
I heard Adam films them in his Blockbuster.
No one's here to rent. It's still the pandemic in here.
It's sad. We had
Adam is a Blockbuster that still exists up in Salem, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, there's
it's in
Butte.
It's in Butte, Oregon, or something like that, or Bend, Oregon.
Let me look. Yeah.
In Butte, Oregon.
Something like that. I think it's Bent, Oregon, or Butte, Oregon. I think it's about Butte.
You're close. I think it's like Bend.
Bend, maybe.
It's in looking it up right now.
And you could still get memberships there too, and you can still rent videos and stuff. It's like
Bend, Oregon.
Bend, yeah.
Hey, Arty, we can make the drive in let's see the directions here.
It's 3,500 miles.
Something like that.
Fuck it.
Go rent Caddyshack.
We'll pick you up, Emily. We'll head out. Just take I-80 all the way.
44 hours.
Ohio, but sure.
That'd be a hell of
Or even Ohio, Oregon.
Oregon. It's a hell of a drive to Oregon.
Yeah, 47 hours.
You know how many hipsters we'd have to fight off on the way through Oregon?
Oh, fuck them.
Have to keep a broom outside. Get off the car, you hipster. Fuck that.
They might give us some tasty beer, though. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
that's the only good thing. But
I've
that
never
would
been.
be low.
I've heard it's really pretty though.
What happens if you rent a video from the Oregon Blockbuster? You come all the way home, you forget it's in the back of your car. Like, they still charging you like late fees?
Good question. What if I want? Let me see if they have anything online. Like, can I like order online?
I know they sell
my
like
God.
T-shirts.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Yeah. They have like a merchandise. Like they make most of their money on merchandise because people go out there like, holy God, it's a Blockbuster, and they'll buy a T-shirt.
I feel like that's the same way. Like I heard rumors they're bringing Toys R Us back, and I feel like that's how it's going to be. Like people are just going to want to buy like Toys R Us merch.
So it's
to be
not.
like, look,
It's not
my
a
child.
There's actually a Toys R Us open near you, Miss Emily.
Me?
Yes, it's in the big ass mall they built up there in northern New Jersey.
Oh, the one up by like East Rutherford by Giant Stadium.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Xanadu.
Yeah.
Now it's called like America something.
The American or something.
Yeah. There's the first toy store, first Toys R Us in the United States since they closed in that mall.
Oh my! When is it opening? I'm sorry. How do you know this and I don't?
It's already open. It's been open for.
It's open?
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna have to bring my daughter.
I
The
watched.
thing is, though, a lot of these, like, I know, like, KB Toys is back too, but it's like it's under a different name, like a different ownership. You know what I mean? Like, Blockbuster is technically, owned by Dish Network. Like, they bought
Right.
the rights to use the name, so it's like it is and it isn't. I think Circuit City's back too.
Oh my gosh, sir.
CircuitCity.com. I don't think ever went away, and like,
It was-
but they never did anything with it. It was just like, hey, want to buy a DVD burner? Because why not?
Do you remember Child World?
What?
Child World. It was a toy store. It was a giant toy store. There was one on Route 1.
Yeah, I don't. Did they have those in Jersey?
Nah, I don't remember that at all.
It looked like a
Yeah, I
castle,
cried.
and
I cried when they
yeah.
closed.
That's so cool. No, I don't remember. The only toy stores I remember were like KB Toys and Toys R Us.
Okay.
Top ones.
I remember like there was Child World in Danvers. There was one in Saugus, and it was like a Toys R Us. It was basically the same concept, a big ass toy store.
Yeah.
How did they go out of business?
That's a good question.
Which one?
Like any of them. Like how do a toy store go out of business? Like I don't understand.
I feel like they like blame a lot of it on like Amazon. I think when Amazon and like a lot of online retailers took off, it was because like they could get things cheaper and faster, and you didn't have to leave your house because we're all lazy. Like let's think
True.
about it.
It's true. It's extremely depressing though to see like a toy store is condensed to one aisle in Target.
I know.
It's
sad.
I know it sucks. Actually, I've learned from parenting that Walmart, at least down here, the Walmarts have better toy aisles than
Yes.
Target. But I go to Target more because like I don't really want to be in Walmart. But
That's exactly what I do. I did notice that I have a big Lego collection, so I'll go. They have a better Lego selection at Walmart than they do at Target, but you have to deal with the people of Walmart when you go to
Yeah.
Walmart. So it's like it's a
it's a toss up.
yeah, it's like, do I really want to deal with some interesting? I don't understand that. So I went to I was in Florida for 2 weeks. We went to one, and a very very nice town we were staying at. It was a very Nice resort town. So I figured the Walmart would be at least half decent.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nah, no go.
No, it was Florida people Walmart at this very nice town. And I was like, I'm scratching my head. And I go to my wife, I go, I don't understand. Because we were bad parents. We forgot to bring my son's floaty for the pool. So we would just have to carry him in the pool. And I'm like, I'm not doing this for 3 days. So we bought him a cheap little float, a little boat to sit in and shit. And I'm walking around the Walmart on a Sunday night. And the people there were just so interesting.
Well, the people in Florida in general are very interesting.
That is true. And,
like, I Florida in years, but I remember specifically being like, I don't belong here.
My wife did have a good point, though. She's like, well, the people who live in this town probably don't go to Walmart, and then this is probably the nearest Walmart to the towns that aren't that nice. And I go, could be it. I mean,
there you figured it out.
I mean, there was one situation. There was this guy who had two shopping carts full of paper towels. That's all he had in there. And then there was these kids that were hanging from like the structure, like the shelving structure, and like the produce, like doing like monkey bars. Not a parent in sight.
No, the parents probably dropped them off. We're like, we'll be back. Enjoy Walmart.
Yeah, hooligans just fucking around.
So you being a parent, and I'm a hypochondriac with my kid. Do you know what ear tags are? Have you heard of these things yet?
They the like little like fatty like tags or whatever.
Yeah,
like
they're
little like, moles kind of, but like elevated.
No, so they're actually Apple makes them. I know what you're talking about though. Skin tags. You're saying yes. No, so ear tags. They look like the size of a quarter. They last for a year, and then you change the battery. But they use to track by GPS. So you like put them on your dog collar, or you put them in like in your car and shit.
What?
Yeah.
No, never heard of this.
So they're like $25 a piece. Apple makes them, and then so they're like marking them like you put them on your dog collar. So like it just hangs there. It's like no weight to it at all. So if your dog gets lost, you can GPS locate it on your phone.
Okay.
And like truckers use them to like put them on their like trailers. So like when they go to a big lot, they can find their trailer with all that shit. Cool. So I'm thinking about putting one on my kid.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm like, I'm trying to get this. There we go. Oh, back to normal now. Okay. So yeah. So basically,
tracking your kid. Go.
Yeah. So yes. So I'm gonna track my kid. I got to figure out a way to like maybe like give him a necklace that has the ear tag around it and he wears all the time.
How old's your son again?
It's 2.
He'll throw it though. You might throw it, eat it.
Could be.
My daughter's a little over 3, and there's no way she would keep anything on for me at this point.
We can't fly because my kid won't keep a mask on. So, yeah. So we're that's why we drove to Florida last week. So, I think I need to know a place where I could stick a tag.
Well, I mean, how often do you bathe him? You could stick it to him and take it off him.
I guess so.
Right? You could just
but he'd peel it off.
It's really tiny, though. He wouldn't even notice.
Like,
what if you put it Band-Aid, like put it on, then put a Band-Aid over it.
I guess.
Put it on like the back.
I gotta do that every day though.
His shoelace.
Yeah, but he takes his shoes off and kids don't have shoelaces at 2, Adam. I know you don't understand that, but they have Velcro.
They do.
But like within the shoe itself.
That's what I'm thinking. But he rips his shoes off all the time. The first thing he takes off, like in the car, like he'll throw his shoe. So I'd find the shoe all right, no problem whatsoever. But I wouldn't find the match or the kid that's supposed to be in the shoe.
Does he have a favorite? Oh, because I would say if you put it in his favorite toy, but then if he doesn't bring the toy with him.
That's true. I don't know. And we were thinking about doing it anyways because he has this toy he had since he was like 1 day old. And my wife and I seem to lose it sometimes. So it would be nice to have a GPS locator on this toy so he doesn't freak the fuck out when he loses it. So.
Oh my God, we have the same thing. She has this little like platypus thing called Baby, and we've lost that thing so many times, and I ordered a new one, but it wasn't the right one, and then it turns up, and then again we thought we lost it, turns up. Just random places. It
doesn't want to get lost. It has a,
so now it is a lot. Oh my gosh, I was going more with Toy Story. You took it to a whole other level.
I go dark, man.
You went dark fast. It's from all that Blockbuster.
It is.
I mean, if you were alone in a Blockbuster for X amount of days, you'd lose your mind too.
Oh my! Although I have to think, like that would be a cool place to get like locked in. Do you ever think about that when like you were younger? Like if you got locked in a store, what store?
True story. I almost purposely locked myself in a Petco, and it was because they had, they had those giant pet igloos, like massive ones, where you could fit like a bunch of people. Well, me and my friends, we went into Petco and we climb like the rafters and go inside them. And we hung out in one of them one day for like 2 hours. Like, maybe we should like come in before the store closes and like stay in here after dark.
Yeah.
And we thought about it. But within the last 10 minutes of closing, we all chicken shitted out.
Yeah. That's funny though.
I guess the worst that would happen is if there was like an alarm, you just blow through the door and just run as fast as you can. Like, what the hell are they gonna do? It's like you stole anything.
Locked in. It depends what kind of lock it was. I mean, worst case, we would call our parents and get in trouble.
Right, we call the fire department. Like, there's a fire at Petco.
Hey, Mom, you need you to come get me. I'm stuck in an igloo.
So when I grew up, I when I was in high school, I was in a band, and one of my bandmates, this kid Adam, not this Adam, another Adam, worked at a Blockbuster in Revere. And we would go on Sunday nights. Me and my buddy Joe would get out of work at the mall at 6 and go over and just hang out in the Blockbuster all night and like eat all. No, like the vending machines for the candy, like the little.
Oh yeah.
They would have it in bulk in giant bags, and we just go in the back room and just eat it out of the bag like crazy, and then go into the adult section and like steal DVDs from like.
Blockbuster didn't have it. You're a Blockbuster had an adult.
Oh, maybe it wasn't a black.
You're thinking West Coast Video.
Maybe it was West Coast Video. It was similar. Yeah, it was the same idea. We'd go into the back, and we weren't even supposed to be. We were like 16 years old. We'd go back there, and I would steal like porn DVDs, and then like have a collection. And then, but it was really creepy because it was like a daycare before it was a West Coast Video.
Oh my gosh!
So there was like in the adult section, there was like Mickey Mouse and stuff painted on the walls and everything. It was really creepy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was really cheaply done. So we would do that, and then what the big prank would be is we'd find like the most. No, like they would play videos on the TV screens in these video stores, like while you're going there.
Yeah.
The prank was while my buddy was counting the jar in the back, we would find like the hottest core pornography and stick it in the VCR for the next morning. So when whoever came into work the next morning hit play, it would just be like some like really obscene shit. And we always thought that would be funny.
That's very funny.
Although we never got to see it.
They don't know, like, I know my boyfriend does a joke in his stand-up routine, like, how kids don't know how easy they have it with porn nowadays. Because, like, back in the day, you had to go, like, get a video or, like, take your dad's. Like, he talks about taking your dad's video.
Or you had to find it in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Yep.
Find it in the woods.
The worst part is when you were taking a video of someone's, you had to remember exactly what scene it was, like, last on. And then rewind it to that exact moment just in case they went back.
Yeah.
I don't want to rent porn, though. I don't want to touch something that I know what somebody else was doing right before they put it back in the thing. Like their hand was doing something else. If I rented it, I don't want to fucking touch it. What
a waste of money, too, because figure you rent a porn movie, right? And then you go home and watch, like a minute and a half of it?
Maybe you got it for 5 days. Maybe you can get through 30 seconds.
Maybe. You're not sitting there watching the entire, watch the story develop.
Great acting.
A lot of fast forwarding. I can only imagine. That just, oh God, that's terrible.
And now,
awards.
Yeah, now you trip over it on the internet. Like,
oh my gosh, crazy.
You typing something wrong by one letter. It could be.
Yeah, and here's porn.
Yeah, we have this.
Oh my gosh, you can like Twitter and see things.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. If
that's
I was up. Like. Something popped up. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what am I watching?
Yeah, it gets ripped down really fast. Though, if it's inappropriate.
I had a buddy who he subscribed to a what's the thing that you send a picture real quick and it goes away? I'm like an old man. What's it called?
Snapchat.
Yeah, he subscribed to a Snapchat porn star, so like she'll Snapchat porn to him.
Oh.
Which I don't know why. Well, you need that. It's free on the internet.
Yeah, that's weird. Like at this point, I don't even understand why people would buy anything because you can get it for free, a lot of it.
But they make so much money, and I don't understand how.
Multi-billion-dollar business.
How? It's how?
Probably like rap. Like I guess people have like favorites. I don't even know because
it's so weird. It's like
I don't know.
What's the generation doing? I don't know. I don't even think the generation below us is even using porn. They seem so like boring.
Woke.
Yeah, woke. We can't watch.
Woke.
What's woke porn look like? It's like a girl wearing like a dress, like a nun's outfit.
Some people are into that.
Eating a banana. Woke porn. That's gonna be the shittiest shit ever.
Emily, what's your take on the slap heard all around the world
Oh boy. And that's actually funny because that's what I tweeted out. I said the slap heard around the world.
Well, what's the slap? What happened?
No, the Will Smith thing.
No, I don't know.
People calling it the slap.
Are you serious?
Tell me about it. What happened?
Don't mess with me. Well, we live under a rock.
Yeah.
My take on it is this. I mean, I'm looking at it from a comedian standpoint. So it was funny on Facebook. I'll just say this: like most of my Facebook friends are comedians, or a good amount of comedians, and then I have normal friends. And the difference between the reactions, I was like, well, you can definitely tell who's a comedian and who isn't, right?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is, like, if you would have asked me before this whole situation happened who I liked better, Will Smith or or Chris Rock, I would have said, oh, Will Smith. And that I like Chris Rock, don't get me wrong, but now my view has completely changed. I don't think the joke would have even been remembered if Will Smith didn't react the way he did, because it, number one, wasn't a great joke. It wasn't a bad joke. It was like a filler joke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think Chris Rock wrote that joke. He's reading from
He
a prompt.
didn't write that joke. He would have written a way better joke.
Right.
They hire writers to write the, because they have to be approved and all of these things. But my whole thing is this. Jada, she didn't have to like the joke, right? But like, you're a celebrity, you put your life out there. Part of any award ceremony is roasting other celebrities. It's what they do. Amy Schumer had way worse jokes roasting other people, whatever. And comedy is subjective. You're not going to like everything everyone says. So was she allowed to be offended? Of course. You don't slap somebody.
No. You don't assault somebody.
Assault somebody. First of all, Chris Rock basically got assaulted at work.
Right.
He was paid to do a job. The job is that he was paid to tell a joke written most likely by someone else, and then he got smacked for it, and then they don't even make Will Smith leave the award ceremony, and then he gets 2 standing ovations and an Oscar. So
Well, the minute I saw it, I knew exactly what happened. Exactly what happened, because I've seen it happen before to a much lesser extent, but the same thing. So what happened? So he says the joke. And if you look at Jada's not laugh, Will Smith laughs. He laughs. Yeah. Jada doesn't. Right now, here's the thing. He was obviously drunk. Number one, let's just put that out there. Will Smith was probably compensated by doing something drunk. So I think that.
Thousand times more worse, because let me tell you, no comedians I know had Jada Pinkett Smith jokes, and guess what? No. Now they all have Jada Pinkett Smith jokes. Like
they're saying now, though, they asked him to leave. Like they tried to get him to leave, but he refused. Like it was
okay, so then you have security, and like it's just. And I like Will Smith. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think their whole relationship is very strange. I mean, if it works for them, it works for them. But the funniest joke, and I think this was a comedian, I'm going to give him credit, comedian named James Pantillo, very funny comedian, I think he's New York based. He put a tweet out after the incident that just said something along the lines of, wow, I feel really bad for whatever guy Jada wakes up next to this morning. And the best, like there's been some very good jokes. And that's what I mean, like, Chris Rock's joke wasn't even that bad. David Spade tweeted out, he was just like, really? A G.I. Jane joke? Like, that's what you got slapped over.
Well, your friend should have said, whatever friend of her son's she wakes up to.
Oh, my God. I'll say it 100 times. I do not kink shame. I don't. So whatever they are into is totally fine. But knowing that what happened in your relationship and how public you made it, and you're gonna get upset about that joke, it could have been a lot worse.
So they asked Ricky Gervais if he would have done that joke, and he goes, no, I wouldn't make fun of her bald head. I would have made fun of her banging 20-year-old boys behind her husband in front of her husband's eyes, or something like that. That's funny.
Doesn't care.
And like I don't know. I don't even Jada. Pickett Smith is even that relevant. I don't know. I'm not a broad.
No.
I don't watch.
Well, I remember a couple of years ago too. Her and Will Smith were like on television. She's like, "Oh, we're going to talk about our relationship," and she's talking about like how they have an open relationship, and you could tell the look on his face. Some of the stuff she was saying, like he looked genuinely fucking hurt.
Like what?
I
looked happy.
Yeah.
Like,
He looks definitely like. I mean, not that I know him personally.
A battered husband.
Yeah, kind of like emotionally. Like, I mean, obviously he loves her, but you wonder, like, if it's a messed up relationship. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a bad looking guy. He could be getting a lot of ass in Hollywood if he wanted to, you know?
Yeah, he's fucking Will Smith.
I mean, Will Smith could bang anyone he wants. I don't think there's anyone who wouldn't bang Will Smith. I mean, I would probably bang Will Smith if he asked me to.
I was going to say, would you? I think.
Probably. I mean, why not?
If he offered.
How many beers? I do it for the story. Like, imagine
I don't
that.
know, he's a Scientologist.
Yeah, it's true. I might get more up than.
Adam,
imagine we doing a show and like next week. What did you do last week? And I hung out with Will Smith. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I banged him. That'd be a good show.
That would be great.
How many questions would you have?
Probably a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So that would fill it up.
I got a lot of questions for Big Willie style. I really do.
Yeah.
But you see, there's a new video that came out with a different angle where actually after it happened, you can see Will and Jada laughing and like kind of like talking to Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So then like part of me is wondering, was it really staged? Like they're trying to put off like it wasn't, but like they're also like 6 feet away. And then I'm like, maybe it was part like, but why? I don't know.
Well, it wasn't for a couple of reasons. One, neither Chris Rock or Will Smith need the publicity.
Right.
Two, this is the day where all actors, like, their dream is to win an Academy Award. Like, you just botched, like, now the day is now focused on your fuck up than it is you winning that award. 3, his speech was the rantings of a fucking madman who was trying to do damage control for what he just did and justify it by being like, oh, well, yeah, I'm like the crazy dad. Like, it's like, which, by the way, that movie, I love how they leave out, yet Serena and what the fuck is the other one's name? I saw
Venus.
it.
Oh, Venus.
Yeah, Venus, right? Yes, he was great to them, and he helped teach them and mentor them. But he abandoned his other family, by the way. They have half siblings who were like, they're going to mention that he was a fucking deadbeat. Like, that's left completely out of the movie. Like,
Deadbeat Dad. That's the sequel.
Well, yeah, there you go. And didn't he say something? He thanked everyone and apologized to everyone but Chris Rock.
Right.
Yeah, like, sorry to everyone except for the man I slapped in the face.
Poor Chris Rock had to do Adam Sandler movies for the last fucking 10 years, and now he gets abused at the Academy Awards. It's like, damn. Poor Chris.
He had the champ, too. He was, like, very professional. Way more professional than I think I would have been.
Yeah, I probably would have swung back.
His first show was here the other night since then.
No, yeah, but...
Well, that old way, like, his ticket sales are through the roof.
I probably would have hit Will Smith if he smacked me.
I know.
See, I would have dropped. I would have dogged it and tanked and fell to the ground to make it look even worse.
Yeah. And then there was a meme going, like something going around, like it said, if you would have told me that a rapper smacked a comedian, I would have thought it was Kanye hitting Pete Davidson or something.
Well, Arty, you pointed out to me earlier today, doesn't Will have a history of slapping people?
Yes, if you Google Will Smith smacking montage, apparently there was this incident like 10 years ago. He smacked up like a guy who kissed him on the cheek, like during like a paparazzi line or something like that, and then like he just likes to smack people. Apparently, I guess. I don't know.
Punch him. What a bitch! Like maybe if you, I feel like if I'm gonna hit somebody, I'm gonna fucking hit them. I'm not gonna fucking slap.
Yeah,
them.
I would have.
That's like an ass hit.
Yeah. I would have if I was Will, I would have just suck a punch. That would have been interesting if he like Muhammad Ali, Chris Rock on stage, like a pow. That's like that. That's the only reason. Like I would never slap another man.
No, it was very strange.
Like I would never like. So if I was like in a fisticuffs with another individual, the last thing I would do is it's like getting the glove out and just going whack, like the French used to do, like in the Revolution back in the day.
Duel.
Yeah, duels. Yeah, exactly. Like, what if you're gonna smack? You might as well just punch him. You're gonna get the same results.
Probably have better. They punched him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So if you're gonna make contact, if you're gonna assault someone, you might make it worth it.
I just I'm like, I have so many questions. Like, why did they let him up on stage? Like, why
Right.
was that his first reaction? Like, why did he not get taken out? Like,
do you imagine? I would love to have been in Chris Rock's head for like that, like 3 seconds when he sees Will Smith approaching him. Like, what the fuck is going on in his head? Like, maybe he's gonna come up here and like shake my hand. Maybe he's gonna give me a hug. Oh, maybe he's gonna punch me in the face.
Yeah. I think the last thing he thought is, I bet you he's gonna slap me in the face.
Right. And apparently they were on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air together. Back. Yeah, so like one episode, Chris Rock dressed as a hooker, like a transvestite hooker, and shows up at Will Smith for like a party.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny! I had no idea.
This is like before, might have been before Saturday Night Live Chris Rock. This is like early Chris Rock, but
okay.
I don't know. It's just a weird situation. It's just so weird.
And then of course, like people, like I said, my normal friends, and like I understand they're coming from different, but they're like, he deserved to get slapped because he was making fun of her alopecia, and I'm like, I said, they're like, would you make fun of somebody if they had cancer? I'm like, honestly, they probably would, because comedy has very like non-existent boundaries. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that like almost everything is fair game in comedy.
True. I mean, that varies. It's debatable. It's an autoimmune disease. But still, it's no right to assault somebody.
Right.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
She was allowed to be offended. I totally get. If he wanted to defend his wife, totally all for it. But there was like 27 better ways for him to go about doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I would have waited until after the show and been like, "Come on, man, is that real?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He totally, when he got the Oscar, he could have gone up there and said something about his wife and like made a funny off-the-cuff remark to Chris Rock.
Right.
He would have looked like the hero, and Chris Rock would have looked like the idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, it gives you like open range. Like, you're going to see something in the news where some like New York comic doing a Thursday night mic is going to get smacked in the face by someone in this. Because like now people are like, oh, we can just assault comics that offend us.
While we're on the news of entertainment, though, drifting away from that, let's talk about Bruce Willis.
Oh, I know.
Poor guy.
That is fucked. Like, I'm just reading how sad it is. Like, because I guess like in June 2020, some people started to worry about him in one of his movies, and like they were getting memos like we need to shorten Bruce's lines and like cut his dialogue, and like people thought he was being a diva, but like he wasn't.
He had a headpiece in his ear. They were feeding him lines because he couldn't remember them.
That's fucked. That's so scary.
Wow. I didn't even hear that. Now, did they know? Because I was reading up on the disease. They said it's usually caused by like seizures or stroke or head trauma, or like, do we know what caused his? Or
no, it doesn't go into that though. It just lists what's going to happen, like the people who have it, what they go through. It just sounds really
poor
shitty.
guy. I mean, his
It's
wife left him for like a 25-year-old guy back in the day, and then now he has to deal with this shit.
Hey, look at the bright side though, Arty. He might not remember that now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher,
Really?
who's that?
yeah, apparently they're like best friends.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then like he's married to a new young hot girl, so I think he's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure Bruce Willis did all right. I'm sure he wasn't really crying over G.I. Jane 1. You know? Like, ugh. Everybody was I don't know. When she shaved her head for that movie, she was a hottie. I was like, ugh. It takes so long to get girls' hair to grow back. It's gonna be a while.
Trying to overcompensate for striptease. Like, look, I can be.
I like striptease.
I can be tough too. I can be serious.
You know what I like better than striptease? Showgirls. With Jesse from Saved by the Bell. Jesse Spaniel dancing.
That's another one who went the opposite end real quick. Yeah, I could
real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you could be like,
who really came out of that show? Well, I guess Mario Lopez.
Yeah, that's about it. Like Tiffany Amber had like she had Dino 210. She had a little run there.
She does stuff. Yeah, she still pops up every now.
And then Zach was doing that movie or that show where he was like a
the cop show.
Yeah, he's like an investigator or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Lisa wrote that crazy book where she just put periods after every word.
Well, she was on soap. She was on soap operas for a while. She was on like daytime soaps for
Lisa?
several years. Yeah.
What book? Don't you not like to read?
I hate reading. I never. Someone told me
You're
about the book.
one with the crazy book.
Yeah, someone told me about the book.
Screeched
She
it
wrote this
foot
book when she went off the deep end because she was like a Jehovah's Witness or something like that, and she like lost her mind and stuff. And like the book she wrote, every word she wrote had a period after it. It was a really hard read.
Yeah, it's no wonder you hate to read.
Right, that's the first book I ever read. I was like, this is how English is supposed to be read. I think Screech had aura stuff. He's dead.
True. He did do foot porn.
And can I ask you a question? Does anyone remember where Tori is these days?
Tori Spelling?
No, Tori.
Trying to avoid.
No. Tori from that one season of Saved by the Bell.
I don't even-
She was the
She was the nerd. She was Screech's girlfriend.
No, she was not. Tori
She
was AC Slater's girlfriend.
I know that Tori was, but Tori Spelling was on the show. She was.
Tori Spelling was the
she was
nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the character Tori, and basically
Yes.
it's a fun fact. Tiffany Amber had held out on her contract, and they still needed to film an episode, like a season of Saved by the Bell. So it's like in the middle of the Saved by the Bell universe. There's this one season where they don't have Jesse, and they don't have Tiffany Amber Thiessen. They have Tori, who was an input student who came in and then was AC Slater's love affection. But then the next season she was gone, and it was back to having Jesse and Kelly Kapowski again. It's very bizarre.
That's
We're jumping in.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was pornography before there was pornography for me back in the day. Save the Bell.
Going down the rabbit hole right now. I got a real name. We're going. Let's see.
It's like every guy our age was in love with Tiffany Amber.
Not age well at all.
I had her poster. Remember, like the Teen Bop magazines. Are you too young for the Teen Bops?
Oh no, I remember Teen Bob.
Yeah, and you had the big posters.
I was like, that was a little bit before my time, but remember Tiger Beat? We had Tiger Beat still.
Same idea.
God.
Yeah, Tiger
That
Beats.
stuff.
My sister had like a picture of Jonathan Taylor Thomas on her room.
Oh, I did love me some Jonathan
JTT.
Taylor Thomas. I remember like my one wall in my room was all like cutouts, not cutouts, but like I'd rip the pictures out of the magazine
Right.
and like cover my wall.
It's a girl
with
thing.
mine was rock bands.
Ooh, that's cool. I was just recently, I found this old camera. Like, this is like 20-year-old camera right here. And I was taking like video off of it. It actually has like a tape that goes in it. And yeah, like the tape looks like this. It's like something I like though. Like should be in the Smithsonian. And I had videotaped like my childhood room. Like there's so much vintage video of like old like Blink-182 posters and stuff in there. I'm like damn. Imagine if I did that
Are you-
now.
A Blink-182 fan?
I was. I still am. I guess I listen to them. They got weird after like their Take Off the Pants and Jacket album. It got kind of odd.
They like the vibe. How do you feel about Travis Barker engaged to which Kardashian? Kourtney Kardashian.
Kourtney? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good for him. I mean, he survived the plane crash. I guess he can do whatever he wants.
I know. How crazy, right?
I guess the DJ AM survived. She ended up killing himself, but
Yeah, which is sad.
I was more of a harder rock Stone Temple Pilots guy.
Oh,
That was my jam.
yeah.
okay.
You finding some information on Tori here?
I am.
Like one season, right? Of Saved by the Bell. or
Well,
something?
10 episodes, but she also is in some movies, like some TV movies.
What's her actual name?
Her real name is Leanna Creel.
Yeah, she wasn't really a looker.
She's a triplet.
Oh,
That's a fun fact.
She just kind of faded away. She didn't really want to go into acting, really. She kind of just fell into it. Imagine that. Imagine, like, not wanting to go into acting, which people try to do. There's so few that make it.
Yeah.
I don't really want it, and falling into it, and then just sort of walking away.
It's like I
30
fell
years
into being
touring.
a millionaire. But I didn't really want to be a millionaire. I just fell into it.
Yeah. UCLA, 96, but we're in
Yeah, she's not really
company called.
nothing
Found
really.
a company,
Yeah. Where'd you find it?
creative agency, full service production company. She owns a production company.
Oh, nice. Where'd she produce?
oh. So she went behind the scenes.
Porn?
We work with clients to develop strategic multi-platform content and then execute it in-house. So
Okay.
what, like
YouTube?
like what we're doing right now?
Yeah, basically we do the same thing Tori did from Saving the Bell right now. The three of us, we're kicking ass at it too.
There's an app called Vuse. I don't know what it does.
That's
Help
Vuse?
real estate agents create branded content. Yeah, it's VUSE.
Oh,
I don't know.
no, not familiar with that platform.
I'm learning so much.
I know, right? We're just
You can teach your students tomorrow. You go into class and be like, guess what I learned tonight last night.
Got- Guess. And I'm trying to think if I want to pull my kids tomorrow.
If you want to what?
Pull a prank on them tomorrow. That's April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You should.
I know. I'm trying to think if I want to get a student to go in on it with me and like have them pretend to get in a fight or something.
Oh God.
Or like, yeah, I want to go. Like, I mean, you got to go big or go home.
You should get into school early, right? Take all the desks, turn them upside down, and then get rid of all the chairs.
That's funny. The chairs are attached to the desks, though.
Oh, oh, it's like those old school ones, like the. I remember those from like elementary school. Remember those like the old school like chair and desk were all one piece.
Yep.
Some 6 foot kids.
They're not comfortable to sit in.
No, they're very uncomfortable.
I know.
Maybe just don't.
Maybe a pop quiz or something.
You just don't show up to school tomorrow. Be like April Fool's, no teacher.
Love that. I did that. I had a sick day yesterday, so I can't do that again.
So you should have saved that for April Fool's Day.
I should have.
Or you should not like think you're not showing up, and your kid's like, "Yeah, substitute teacher, boo," and then you just roll in and be like, April Fool's got you.
So mad at me. They were so angry. I told them I was going to be out yesterday, and I showed up today, and they're like, "You left us." And I'm like, "I told you I was going to be out." They're like, "It doesn't matter. You left us."
Oh, wow.
I'm like, "Okay, like calm down."
I used to love substitute teachers. I'd be like, "All right, what movie are we watching today? Nice and easy." Good old days.
There's this like the kids, and I remember the same thing. I used to love having subs, and nowadays the kids don't like having substitutes.
I wonder if the subs I try to like be like hot asses, like, "Oh, I can prove I can do this class," and they come in there and like they actually start teaching. And they're like, "Dude, what are you doing? You're a substitute teacher. Relax."
I think that they don't like it because they do that.
Yeah, like pump the brake. Yeah, you're not getting the job. Fuck.
Good job.
Yeah, fucking crazy. All right, Emily, we're at that time.
Oh man,
I know, it went by fast.
it did.
Well, thank you for joining us again. Can you give everyone your plugs? What's going on?
What's going on, Emily? We got going down.
All right. You guys can find me on Instagram at Emily Paige, Paige comedy.
Nice and easy.
Nice and easy.
I like that.
And Adam, you got anything going on?
Not really.
No.
If you want to rent the video, go for it.
Showgirls.
Yeah, showgirls. Yeah, please. Yeah, I mean, how many copies do you have of those?
Oh, we got plentiful amount of copies of that.
Yeah, I'm more of a Boogie Nights guy, and I like the last scene.
What the? That's the show we pulls on his cock. I want to see Roller Girl.
That's
man.
right.
I want to see fucking Roller Girl.
Like when she's like in the limo with the guy she went to high school with. Gets really awkward really quick.
Yeah, that does. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds beats the shit out of him and throws him on the side of the curb. Yeah. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching the show, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
Toodaloo. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.